Hello, everybody. Right now, I would like to talk to you about the GOP in quoting Hitler. Now, who am I talking about? Am I talking about Mo Brooks? No, that was 2019. Am I talking about Joe Lucas? No, I think that was in 2022. I'm talking about Keith Self, that was recently reported. Keith Self quoted a Nazi and then compared the Democratic Party and progressives to Nazis, while the GOP is literally rounding up immigrants and trying to round up American citizens as well. So the man that's accusing the Democratic Party of being Nazis is doing the exact same thing the Nazis were doing in the 1930s and 40s. A lot of times when you get really obnoxiously bad people, and it's from all walks of life, anything from like a toxic family member, which is to maybe a toxic friend, or you get a reactionary politician, a lot of times what they accuse everybody else of doing is what they're doing. This is one of those cases. The GOP keeps quoting Hitler. Those are just three people. There's a lot more examples of this if you really wanted to dig deeper. And you do have the ability to do that still by searching it. This is just one of the many factors that points to the fact that the authoritarian control that the GOP has turned to. They're not really worried about, anything. They're not trying to govern. They're not trying to provide any services to people. They're just rounding immigrants up, and they're also trying to round up American citizens. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing that, because they already kind of have, maybe unintentionally. With ICE, Immigration's Customs Enforcement, they are a very important part of the law enforcement community. Immigration's Customs Enforcement needs to be part of our system, because we have a very backwards immigration system. But cracking down on immigrants that were overstaying their visas isn't all they do. A lot of what they do is deal with human traffickers and smuggling and drug dealing, or anything that has to do with smuggling, whether it be illegal, and that's something that they will do. So the important function that ICE provides in all those areas isn't being paid attention to anymore, because they're just cracking down on immigrants. And then some of the people they're cracking down on, let's say a lot of the people they're cracking down on, didn't really do anything wrong besides overstay their visas. And now they're being thrown into gulags and prisons into El Salvador, it's a middle-income country ran by an autocrat. So I don't really anticipate, for this reason, I don't really anticipate the GOP backing down, because right now, with the police the way they are, a lot of them can end up going to prison for their actions. A lot of the Donald Trump cronies can go to prison for their actions. And since they're actually ignoring court orders, it's the Supreme Court who did everything they could to keep Donald Trump in power and did everything they could to basically create this situation, he's ignoring them too. So here's the deal. I'm just going to kind of warn you what's going on. They're going to be coming for American citizens. They're already trying to. It's already a mainstream talking point by the cable news talking heads and the influencers online, and they're going to do their best to come after American citizens. The good news about me is I'm just going to keep running my mouth anyway. If they throw me into a gulag, they do. I'm going to keep doing it. But this is a news for you. This is what you need to do. Do not cooperate with law enforcement. Do not cooperate, especially with ICE. These people are not your friend. Now, it's sad because sometimes you do need to call the police. When someone breaks into your house, you probably need to call the police. When your house is on fire, you still need to call 911, and probably the police will show up. So it's a really tough move. You really need to think about, do I really need to be calling the police right now? The problem is, there are a lot of good cops out there, but they're not the good people aren't in control. So it's not going to really matter if the person that's coming for you rounds you up and throws you into a foreign prison, feels bad about it or not. The result's going to be the same. So, goodbye. Sleep tight and don't cooperate with ICE.